Alright, you crafty buggers, and welcome back to episode 4. If you saw my last little teaser video, you'll know the plan for today is to return Billy's map. So if we look at our map, we'll see that the village that I've decided to call Far Off is just over here, and not really that far at all. So let's head across there and see if we can find our victim Billy. See if we can find Billy. Let's see if we can find him. So here we are coming up on the village, just round here, and here we are. Now, which one of you is going to be our victim? Which one's going to be Billy? Let's see. You seem a little trapped. I'm going to craft up a crafting table and an oak boat. Get in the boat. There we go. Now, if the map's to be believed, we can come up and round here and we should be able to bring Billy up here. Whee. Now here we are, we've got Billy most of the way back, but he's just down in the water. So at the minute we're gonna have to transport him up using rails and a minecart. Now, I've done a little bit of work off camera, and one of the things I made was this mining machine. And if I put this down, I should have some rails. Hopefully enough in here. So we've got 16 there and 30 there. Now let's make a minecart. So I don't think 30 rails is going to be enough to get him all the way up to the butcher's, but we will see. I'm probably going to have to sleep. So we've got Billy up to the top of the hill here. I'm just going to put in the rails to get him all the way up to his butcher's shop. Hold on a minute. This forest was all burnt down and there was nothing here. Well, this looks great. Look at this tree. Wow. Let's go have a look what's going on over here. The old tree stumps are here. Seems like some more trees have been planted. Let's follow this path. Wow. Looks like some sort of archery range. Hello? Is anyone here? Oh. Some Fletchers. Master Fletchers at that. Well, this is great. We've got somewhere to trade our sticks, and I've got copious amounts of flint as a byproduct from making iron, so this will be a great way to get emeralds. What a cool little area. Stretching out some rope to make the bows, and drying out some wood to make some sticks. That's cool. And some rope here. I guess you would set up your bow here. Awesome. We'll have to come back and try it out here. See if we can get some bullseyes. Right, let's get Billy into his house. So we've got Billy in and trapped with a little smoker here to cook up our pork chops once they've been made in here. And I think it looks quite good. We also got a name tag. Just named him up Billy, which he doesn't like to share his name very much. There we go, Billy. He's looking good. And he'll also be another way for us to get emeralds. If we have a surplus of raw pork chop, we can trade those up for emeralds. I'm not actually sure what some of his other trades might be. Let's have a look. Take those emeralds. Are you going to level up? That's the question. He is. 3 emerald for 8 cooked chicken. Wow. Coal for emeralds. These are good trades. Thanks, Billy. Let's also breed up some more pigs with this carrot patch. So we've got 46 carrots here. Nice even number. Come into here. Oh, some more carrots there. Just stick them in there. And that should... I didn't really explain in the short how this works so well. If you ignore the bit of meat hanging down here. So I put the carrots into this hopper, which puts them into this deployer, which is then breeding 20 or so pigs here. And there's fans behind all of these, and the fans blow out the little pigs down here and up towards this blade. Now when the little pigs are... It doesn't seem to be working, but... See, occasionally it doesn't push the pig out, it kills one of the adult pigs. But that is also fine. Ah, there we go. A little pig came out. Pushes it up against there, and until it's grown it won't kill it. Right, so also you may have noticed a few things have changed since last episode. Hopefully you saw the little short with Billy's Butchers that we made here, and I'm really happy with how this build turned out. Just a nice little stall at the front. I think we'll get another butcher to man this for a short while. Little building area around the back. There's some carrots here so that we can refill up the pork chop machine, the Bacon Master 3005 or whatever I called it. Just some pigs out the back for the decoration, with a little pigsty and a trough with a little water spout. I think that looks quite neat. And obviously you may have seen over here we've got a little bit of a workshop going on, which I've added onto the side here. I'm not too sure about the skylights just yet, but these may grow on me. Obviously need to get some more things in here, like brass funnels, but we can do that together in a little bit. Next we also want to look inside the building, because I've done a little bit of decoration inside this mining building. I've put in some storage area for our rocks and stuff as we use the mining machine, which I showed you, and I'll demonstrate how that works in a little bit. Just decorated up our crushing wheels. I've changed the furnace array system here so it's a bit more compact. Here's our gems. This will inevitably need brass in it, but I haven't got any brass on me just yet. There's a washing machine that lives longer with Calgon, and once we've crushed up our cobble and it turns into gravel in here, we can place it in here. It'll come along, get washed, turn into iron nuggets and flint, which flint is actually going to be pretty useful for us because it's what we're going to use to build up our emeralds. in here is just a simple wood storage area, and this machine here is for stripping wood. So if I put a log on there, it'll go in there through this wood cutter, and then we've got spruce stripped log, which obviously means we can then, if we had any andesite, turn that into andesite casing. So that's the basics of this area. I've not changed too much, but obviously I have put a lot of effort into making this area. Now, it was a bit unfortunate with the fire, because I did like the sort of forest aesthetic, but I actually think it was being a bit serendipitous, which because I would have never thought to have burnt down the forest and put a little bit of new growth in here, but I think with these trees, especially this one, I really like it. I've sort of fleshed out the path a little bit up to the top here. Still need some more work right up to the top, but this tree was primarily just what was left from being burnt, and I've just fleshed it out a little bit. Same with this one, but I really like the way this one looks, and just done a little bit down the bottom to make it a bit more, I don't know, tree-like. The stumps, again, are from trees that were already there that I've just decorated up a bit. I like the ones with the little sort of like oyster mushrooms growing off the side of the tree there. They're cool. And again, I showed you this little area, but the Fletchers are going to be brilliant here because it's going to give us somewhere to get a ton of emeralds, because we can do both stick trades and flint trades, and we can easily gather both sticks and flint, which is quite cool. Nothing too much has changed up at the windmill. However, we are going to make our way up to the windmill because we've got something that we need to create. Now, as we make our way up to the windmill, I obviously want to say I've clearly got shaders working, and I'm never going back. I think this looks amazing. Now, the thing that we need to create just to finish this area off is, some of these areas are really dark. Now, I did try and put in some glowstone like this to brighten up the area, but I'm not really sure I like how it makes the forest look. I mean, I kind of like it being a bit dark. However, the mobs are brutal, and when I was building this area, there was a few creeper attacks and a few zombie attacks that I could have done without, and I was thinking, well, what can I do to alleviate that? And I thought, we'll light it up. I lit it up and I didn't like how it looked, so I've added a couple more mods, and this next mod, which I'm going to show you, basically gives us a way of creating something that will stop hostile mob spawning in this area, which is a little overpowered, I understand, but ultimately I could light the area up, I just don't like how it looks. So this is a nice little alternative, and I also added from the same mod creator actually, who makes this, I think it's called Magnum torches, which is, you'll see why they're called Magnum torches when we make one. So I think it's diamond that you need. Let's have a look. Torch. Aha. Magnum diamond torch. So we need fire charge, gold, and stripped wood. So gold, we've got this, we've got. Do we have a fire charge? Coal, blaze powder. Oh, charcoal. Oh no, it can be coal. Okay, gunpowder. We have all those things. That's good. And some coal. Just one. Make a fire charge. Oh, you get 3. So let's make up this diamond magnum torch. Now, I'm assuming you can just place this down. but I think it's going to look rather ugly. So I think we're going to implant it into one of our tree stumps. And maybe, you know, this brings a bit of lore into this area. You know, the Fletchers realised that even though it's dark, there seems to be no mobs. And the gods have blessed this area since there was a lightning fire. And to make amends with the people who live here, they made one of these trees magical, and it stops the spawning of mobs. There we go. Now I hope that just works. I guess we will eventually see. But one of the other mods that I've added from this same creator allows us to get a little bit more intricate with our enchanting. And it allows... You're not supposed to be here. I'm hoping he spawned before I placed the torch. Because if that torch isn't working, I'll be a bit annoyed, to be honest. But maybe it's further than 64 blocks away. I don't think so. It should also stop this annoyance. Well, we will see if this does the trick in time, I suppose. But yeah, the other mod that I added allows us to put enchantments on stuff that vanilla Minecraft doesn't allow. It doesn't add any enchantments, I don't believe, but what it does do is allow us to enchant horse armour and some various other things with enchants that they wouldn't usually be able to have. And we'll explore that soon. Possibly in the next episode. I think what I ideally want to get in is a library area so we can get some more villagers in, because obviously this little narrative of these guys showing up and us going to collect a billy from that nearby village was just a sort of teaser to getting into building up some village houses and getting villagers rolling, I suppose. But they're also serving purposes, and I think that's what I like to do in my builds. Is just put a little bit of lore behind them. You know, I don't want to just stick villagers in a dirt hole and trade with them there. I want to feel a little bit immersed in the world that I'm making, and I think it just makes the overall gameplay more fun. It feels like a more fleshed out game, but at the end of the day I've, you know, sat here and created it, so I think it's quite good fun. Right, so I told you I'd show you how the mining machine works. There's our minecart contraption there. Oh, we've already got a wrench. We're going to need a rail so we can place it down, and the cart assembler is not necessary. Just thinking. I know how dangerous. No, you know what? I'll just show you how it works. We'll upgrade it another time. So we're actually going to go check out the little cave area that I built in my short using AI, or help it being helped on the way by AI, I suppose. So if we go down here, and this is what it looks like. This is with shaders, which it wasn't in the little clip that I showed you. But it's super atmospheric. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I did have a minecart that was going around here, but I don't know what's happened to that. And the mobs come in here, and we can collect all their XP and their drops. I'm actually going to cover this up. We don't really need to see what's going on in there. I just did that for a temporary solution to what I was doing. Right, so let's go back up to floor 2 and I'll show you what I've been doing with the mining machine. And this will just be a nice little area that we can use to build some more complex machines temporarily. Because as you can see in here, I've cleared out a pretty big area. And there's plenty of coal and ore and resources that I can come in here and utilise, I suppose. So let's actually look at the map. Okay, so we can go this way quite a fair bit, so that's what I'll do. So place down my rail and the contraption machine here, and I'll just try and as simply as I can explain to you how this works. So the main part of the contraption is the minecart here, and this block, and all these blocks actually are glued together. This here places rails, so obviously the minecart can keep going. Just need to put another couple there for now, and it automatically takes those rails out and puts them down. And this one here places a block, so just in case there's a fall, the machine doesn't go with the fall, I suppose. And then on the front there's drills, and these just, as you would expect, drill out the rock. So power it up with some coal, and it's just as simple as sit behind it, follow it with torches just to keep it all lit up, and this will just collect everything it runs into, and if it reveals any shinies, any ores, we can pick those up manually with the Fortune 3, which is always good. Just like up here, got a bit of copper and coal. It just reveals stuff. It just makes mining a little bit quicker and more efficient. So I want to amount a fair bit of cobblestone, so we can think about putting the cobblestone through the crushing wheels and turning it into gravel and getting ourselves some more iron, because you can never have too much iron, and as a byproduct of that, obviously we get flint, which we can trade with our villagers for emeralds, and then ultimately the emeralds that we get from that we can use when we finally build our library, which I think will be in the next episode, to get books from the villagers. So I'll come back when we've got a decent amount of cobblestone and we'll process it together. So I've packed up our mining machine in the little workshop area here. That's why I kept this relatively open. I think it looks quite cool, but obviously as it gets bigger, probably won't be able to park it up in here, but I kind of like the size it is for now. It suffices. So let's organise our inventory out and just get all that cobblestone. Now with the cobblestone that we collect and ores, we'll put it all through the crushing wheels that are up here. So take those in as well, and that'll come through here and grind up into gravel and crushed ores, which we can smelt. Now this also does collect gravel, which is good. Because obviously there's pockets of gravel occasionally when you're digging around. but that's good because I can just demonstrate to you again. This spits out 16 at a time, and just in time for them to get to this brass funnel, they turn into either iron or flint. And there we go, and the iron collects up in here. That should be plenty. And it's just a case of waiting now for this all to turn into cobble. Sorry, not cobble, all this cobble to turn into gravel, and then again a waiting process of washing it. The ores, in fact, I like to get those out of the way first. So we've got the crushed raw iron here, and again goes into there, comes onto the conveyor, cooks it up, and in here it will be. Now where's the copper's going through at the minute. Now you might think, oh well, why are we doing this? I think we had something like 10 copper there, but then when you crush it up, you'll eventually see when it comes in. Eventually. That we actually didn't get any extra at all, which is a bit of a shame. But you've got a chance to potentially get more. And again, I set up this little organisation system here. I think this works really well because you can just see what do I need to put where. And they're all just sort of on this wall, the same here. I think I showed you earlier, but I really like this. And again, the different types of woods. I don't have a wood that's going here yet. This will probably be everything else. So we've got birch, spruce, 2 chests for spruce, oak, 1 chest, and probably maybe another chest up top here potentially. But yeah, it's a nice little organised area. I had another flower thing here, and that was looking like another log. Thought it looked quite nice, but it's gone now. But yeah, well. Now, I'm sorry that the first half of this video was a lot of ranting. The channel is called JLaw Builds, not JLaw Mucks About. So we are going to put building in here together, and that's going to be a little horse stable for our horse. And then we'll try and get his armour enchanted up with something a little bit special that will help getting around and going on adventures a little bit easier. So we'll start by getting the foundation of the building in. Now it doesn't need to be very deep. I think we'll go 6 blocks. Yeah, I think 6 blocks will work. It's going to be very similar to the stables we had down at the bottom, actually. Ignore my cat there. However, I think we'll go a little bit bigger on this one. There we go. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 here. And again, this will be in the same style as all the other builds. We will deviate and make some new styles as we move into different areas and progress through the game, and it makes collecting resources a little bit easier. But for now, I think these materials just make sense for where we are and look pretty cool, so no point deviating just yet. Don't want the building to detract from the windmill, and I don't think it does. It's nice and just reserved there. I think I'll actually bring this whole area here I'll just put a nice retaining wall in here. Right, so here we go, we've got a little bit of a building in for him here. Just need some decoration up around the back, which I'll do up off camera. It doesn't serve much purpose, but I think it just adds a little bit of something extra up here. It's very similar to the stables we've got down at the bottom. Just a few little differences. I've added archways with stone instead, and this is a pretty much vanilla build apart from these little slabs here, which we can remove at any time. So let's try and get this horse armor enchanted, which is not currently on my horse. It's in my inventory, which is one hell of a mess, but we'll ignore that. Let's just use that amount of experience, maybe a bit of a waste. Get some lapis lazuli. Take that whole stack. Now, what's the horse armor saying? Respiration 3. That's it. We don't want respiration 3 on the horse armor. We want to see. There's one that I would really like. Respiration 3 still. Strider 1. Let's just use a half stack. There we go. Just respiration 3. Okay. They're going to play these games with us. Right, so after some investigation using Google and the Minecraft wiki, turns out we can't just straight up enchant Frostwalker onto something, but what we can do is trade with a villager. So I've spent about half an hour of using the stupidest mechanic in Minecraft so that I can now get myself this Frostwalker book. Now I'll get 2 of them, so we can get Frostwalker 2, which I think is the highest level, and we'll just leave this guy to it. I'm obviously at the far off village, so I'll meet you back at the windmill. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine these 2 Frostwalker books together to get Frostwalker 2. And then what we'll actually do is enchant up our horse armor first and then add it to the horse armor, hopefully. But we need to get some XP together. So we've got some XP and our horse armor in hand, and let's see what thorns 2. Now I don't really want thorns on it because if I accidentally hit my horse it might kill me, so what I'm actually going to do is, I think we have some books here. Let's re-roll this enchantment. Sweeping edge. What do we get on the horse armor? Blast protection 4. That'll protect us from creepers. That's perfect. Hopefully we get something else. And respiration 3, so our horse won't drown, hopefully. Let's put this on, and Frostwalker 2's on now. Now's the moment of truth. Does this actually work? Put it on our horse. Does he look nice and shiny? He does. That's pretty cool. Sweet. Now let's find some water. Right, here we go. Here's the moment of truth. Oh my. Oh, this should be in the game. This should be in the base game. Now hopefully the ice goes. I didn't think of that. Be a hell of an annoyance to get rid of it. Oh, it does. Ho ho. Awesome. So getting around is going to be very good. So, I think I'm going to call it there for this episode. I know we haven't done a lot today, but it's been foundations for the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed some of the builds that I've done off camera and brought and showed you. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.